Testing, testing. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can see the pictures and hear my voice. And I'm joining in on the match with some commentary of this quarterfinal between Carlos Maravilla and Preben Sund. And I'm joining in on the match with some commentary. The score is 1-0 for Preben Sund, the Danish player. The score, the goal is to reach 2 sets. So Preben needs one more set, obviously. This is the start of set 2, which Carlos must win in order to progress. Have a chance to fight it out in set 3 for four points difference in this frame. Preben trying to get round the table, back towards the reds. Has a decent view of the red on the top left-hand cushion. The blacks, I'm not sure if the black will go actually. It does actually, so the pink or the black. I'm trying and get somewhere two. So he has a chance to break up these two reds together. Well, they are maybe potable without the pink, but obviously the pink being on its spot makes them difficult and not available. So this little cannon off this pink should bring them into play. It does. Bit of an angle here on the red. Hopefully we'll land on somewhere in the corner, left corner, so we can get the pink. He tried it a bit forceful, which was an option. That would probably choice to try and get the white into position for one of the colours, but unfortunately he didn't make the pot. And now Carlos has a opportunity. Pink for better position on the two reds to the left cushion, near the left cushion. The better angle to the white towards pink of either two. Below the black here. Just a soft touch and you'd have the pink, but he needs an angle to the other red, the red near. Unfortunately, he's left himself close on the cushion, so this pink is going to be quite difficult if he takes it on. The other red near the bottom right cushion. Him a problem about playing it safe in the bulk area by Carlos. Pink straight into the top middle. And a beautiful position on the red. Opportunity here for Carlos to stay in this match. A pink into the top left. Now has this red. It puts a lot of power on this, and to stun it, pink. Make sure that obviously the ball goes in. Or he's tried for pun it, which is just a different way of doing it. Too well. He's got some difficult choices here now. Ooh. Quite lucky for Carlos, who even will be a bit frustrated maybe. And Carlos laughs there and apologizes. So Preben has a snooker here. 49 points to Carlos Maravilha, 35 to Preben. 14 points the difference, 27 on the table. At 2, first set went to Preben Sund. We'll play Christine Eisenhut, who beat Chris Stedman earlier in the week, or early last week, sorry. And good shot there by Preben. Got out of the snooker and left it relatively safe. And Carlos doubles the yellow, and it's a beautiful shot. Look, he just didn't make it by the snooker. This is the last quarterfinal of the tournament. All other 3 quarterfinals have been played. Mike Mora will play Alan Lockett in one semi-final, and the other semi-final, as I said a moment ago, will be between either of these two players, Carlos Maravilla or Preben Sand. And either of these will play Christian Eisen in the other semi-final. And Preben there trying to double, maybe trying to shot to nothing, just trying to. It's quite risky shot to take. Whatever he was trying, it didn't work out. He's now left a chance for Carlos here. Roll up on the yellow, just to give him a better angle on the green. And he's pointing at the brown here, which if he's this, that he's got the he's going to pot the brown. He should be potting the green. Preben's trying to let him know, but he's gone and took it. So a bit of colour blindness there from Carlos. He's hit the brown instead of the green. And fair play to Preben. He did try and warn him. So lack of concentration there by Carlos. He's given a chance now for Preben to have the table, not necessarily giving him a chance for a shot, although this green is potable, but it gives Preben the table. It gives him the control to decide what to do with the frame as it is, whether to play safe and put Carlos in a snooker or to go for the shot, possibly make a clearance. Having the access to the table is always important when you're in control. And Preben, like his last shot, didn't really do much with it. Tried to shot, but didn't go in. And has left Carlos with a chance now. The natural angle, if he pots this green, should give him a shot on the brown. Into the middle. Is that enough? I think it might be. He's still aiming, so I'm presuming that he has a good view of that brown. This could be the moment, because if this brown goes in, he's got perfect shot on the blue, then the pink. Easy shots, all there, ready in the waiting to the brown. So again, if that green was a bit hit a bit too, just those few inches difference. Carlos walking to his seat in the bag, but no, we're still in frame 1 of set 2 in the International Championship 2017 Match Play Series. Leads Carlos Maravilla. Points difference. Preben now has a 2. Pots the blue. Overhit it a bit. Now has a long pink. The question is, will he go for it? He could play a shot to nothing. Pink, but if he misses, let the pink up a bit and rest near the cushion or not be in a potable position. Go. Taking his time here. Right. And he's gone for it and he's potted it. Great shot. So black ball game now. 54 points each. Just the black left. Now, what would you do here? First choice here is to play safe. Either put the black on the top left-hand cushion, or try and bring it down to the right cushion. And that looked like a shot to me. Maybe a shot to nothing. He's mainly got the white down near the bulk area. So that's a pretty decent shot. And some dialogue between both players going on concerning wives and husbands, but it's not something I've been following, so I'm not too sure what they're talking about. So best stick to the snooker. The chance now for Preben. Carlos's safety wasn't that great, to be honest, but this is not an easy shot, but it is possible. And it could be played as a shot to nothing here. The option is just to follow through and put the black back down the other side of the table. Half shot that. It's kind of a shot and a safety. And it's not turned out too good for Preben. Carlos now has a good chance to pot this black. But this right-hand pocket, as players on this table know, always the greatest, friendliest pocket. And he's missed it. But hitting it at that speed, the black safe, or the object ball's safe. It will just wobble against the cushions and go one way or the other. And it usually goes the way of the bulk cushion. So black ball game. Double kiss there. Double kiss again by Carlos. It's just moved the black towards the pocket and given Preben another chance. But it is a very difficult shot. If it was me, it would depend on the angle, or I'd have to feel it and see if it's worth a shot to nothing. Preben's in a good position though. He has one set under his belt. That sometimes can give players a bit of confidence. You could maybe take riskier shots if they know they're not in danger of losing the match at that stage. And it's a great shot. Carlos Maravilla pots the black, left open by Preben, and wins frame one of set two. Frame 2 of set 2 started. Good shot by Carlos on the first red potted in this frame. As blue or brown or green. No. Nothing left on those, so nothing, not too bad. But as we start this frame 2, Mike Mora, fellow semi-finalist in this tournament, has joined the audience along with Christian Eisenhut. So checking up on their opponents, possible opponents, and when of course this will play Christian Eisenhut. That's a few days away now. Let's see what happens here. So chance for Preben. Thing cut into the middle or into the top right hand corner, excuse me. And he has the pink to play with, or the black, or the blue, just depending what his own personal choice is. So they go for the long red, and he's missed it. I thought he would have gone for the middle there. That would have been my choice. Probably better position by putting it in the top left hand, top right hand corner pocket, and the pink. And I think the easier pot would have been the middle. And now Carlos has the table and the black. Both players outside the top 8 of the old OSC Money League, but both are gradually moving up the table and trying to establish a place in the top 8. Unfortunately, didn't really do anything with the reds there. Whether or not that was the intention. He has the pink. And here he could possibly try and going into the pink, into the reds here. Once he's potted the pink off the right hand cushion. The brown in the way though, unfortunately. Unlucky there. And now he's just going to have to play a safety, obviously. Can Carlos see an opening with that bottom red from the cluster into the top left? No, playing safe. Good red by Preven, seeing into the middle. It's the blue now. Unfortunately, doesn't have anything left, so end of break. Bit of cat and mouse at the moment between both players. 9 points to Carlos, 13 to Preben Sund. And it's just about protecting their position. And Carlos has made the first mistake in this encounter, this safety encounter. And given the table to Preben with a lovely red available, the pink and black are in potable position. So unforced error there by Carlos. So Preben Sand on Denmark. As the table on an 8 break. Pink into the middle. There's the red into the bottom left now. And stay just to hit it softly and stay for the pink. That would open up the 2 reds near the pink. Is that a slight angle though? So he might have to go up for the blue. But I think he's got enough coverage there just to hold on for the pink. In fact, it probably would be a little bit better to have a little angle on the pink. He's not really done that. Not really left himself an easy shot there, or an easier shot. Now he's got the possibility that he could miss this pink. Very difficult shot from this angle. Off the cushion as well. And so has decided to go for the green. Nice shot. Green is dispatched. But in terms of his break, he now has a long red here if he wants to continue adding points in this visit. Or he's going to play safe. Kind of understand where Preben's coming from by this shot, maybe. Is he feeling cavalier or is he cautious? Cavalier is the answer, and that's a great shot. Lovely shot. And he actually opens the 2 reds up, but fortunately the pink won't go into the bottom left, so he has the blue or the brown. So that just shows Preben's playing positive here, looking to make waves, looking to dictate the play. Doesn't want to hang around too much. There's a chance he'll take it. It shows confidence in his play, his gameplay. Brown straight into the middle of the pocket. Good screw back, beautifully on the reds. Number of reds here to play for. Carlos can only sit and watch. So red into the bottom middle, has the pink now. Needs to be careful here. Wants the white to go to the left of the black. So he has the red into the same pocket. Or he could play a screw and try and go into the reds, which he did. He did do the screw. But has left the red in the top left. Near the yellow available. It's the only one he can really try. But some players have had problems with this type of shot, but not Preben on this occasion. Blue now. Just a slow touch. Try and move into those 2 reds above to the right of the black. Or just to get past the black and go for the red into the middle pocket. He tried a bit more forceful going into the pink and opening up, and that's good. That's a nice shot. He's opened the reds up more. some top now on the white. So off the top left-hand cushion, back for the pink, or you could play for the yellow. Pink is more, so why not? It's all about points, and he's now 41 points in front. 67 on the table. So just a pink and a couple more reds will do it. In terms of snookers. And this looks very promising for Preben to equal the score in this set. There's 3 easy shots that I can see, possibly 4. Red, pink, then yellow or pink, or possibly black in that mix. There's a nice angle on the pink now to move into those 2 reds below the black. Or that loose red near the yellow is available. You have to push onto the bottom left-hand cushion. That's up top. Back up to the left cushion and be there for the red. Stun the white into the reds. He's tried the first option. It's not too bad. There's a long task for the red now. Top right hand pocket. It'll be on the pink automatically. He doesn't do too much to the white. There it goes. And it's in. Oh, it's not. Thought that was in then, but it's not. So chance for Carlos. He needs snookers. It's important to state. And Carlos has a Carlos congratulates Preben on a 50 break. A 50 plus break. I'll have to check the stats later on to confirm what that break was. But both players are cordial between each other, enjoying the game, it seems. That's what it's all about. Just being able to play snooker and challenge other players in order to get better and understand more about this beautiful game of snooker. Now, Carlos, unfortunately, I don't think he probably, what he wanted to do is get some high colours off the remaining reds and then start for that snooker he needs, but that's not happened, so he's going to have to start searching for those 4 points he needs to bring him back into natural play or to natural status. That's a good shot though. He's done. He's kept the 2 reds relatively close together in a safe position. But Preben was able to clip the red and play his own safety. I don't think if Carlos can see that red to pot it, but he's not going for it anyway. That red is quite safe, so I'm presuming he's going to make the white stay up on the left side of the table, possibly near the cushion. Oh, he's clipped it. Beautiful shot, actually, in terms of judgment on the red. And I said he was going to put it near the left cushion because that would have made the other red near the black safe. Bringing it back into the bulk area was always a risk if he did that. But I'm not sure if he snookered Preben with the blue. But Preben's aiming for it. hard to see from here whether you can see it or not. No, you couldn't see it. So turned out a fortunate shot there by Carlos. I say fortunate. He may have meant it. Obviously, he meant to bring it back up, but whether he was aware of that red and how vulnerable it could be. Anyway, it's turned out good for him. So he's got that 4 points. Now he's 43 points behind, with 43 on the table before that red was potted. So by potting this pink, he's going to need another snooker. Snooker's being snow. He's missed that red. And Carlos is not on top form here, as far as I've only seen this second set so far. And when I arrived at the game at that stage, Preben had won the set, so it's obvious Carlos is not on top of his game. And that shot was the red on a blind pocket. Was a little risky, and it's cost him the frame. So Carlos's judgment and form, excuse me, maybe not at his best, and you've got to say that as we confirm, the frame goes to Preben. Well done to Preben's son. So it's 1-1 now. The second set. Preben needs this frame for the match. Carlos needs this frame to equal the match at 1 set each. So Carlos is basically has 2 sides of the coin. It's mine now, as he behind the yellow. On the one hand, he will go 1 set each, set, and on equal terms with his opponent. And this is his frame. That's what match play format gives you. So with the possibility of from the tournament and the match, thinking about how you're going to play this, and what will Preben be thinking about? Obviously, he sees victory in his sights if he can get this frame. He's just won the last frame, so he has the bragging rights in terms of current form. Will he continue with his normal game, or there'll be certain shots that a player may decide to take or not take based on his status in the match? And so this frame is an important frame and will require the best of a player's ability, and a lot of it will be mental strength, mental choices, the correct choice of shot, and obviously then the technical aspect of the execution of the game, and potting balls and making sure you can make what's in your mind happen in reality by using your tools, your functions and composure Crimin. Frame now has, so he can opportunity to make a decent break here. The game was Flash Snooker Club and now is Online Snooker Club. Just over the last 3 years, distance is much more savvy now about the game and much more technically acute. There is potential now when playing in OSC matches that if you make any kind of mistake, it could basically cost you the frame or put you in a very bad position, because all players now can make 50+ breaks quite easily. And so the importance now of safety and caution is much more part of this game. It's all about percentages. Carlos, very strong player when he wants to be, has the table now. 15 break. Wants to try and give Preben something to think about when he comes back to the table. And he's got the red, but he's decided to go for the long blue or yellow. I know he's got the pink. My apologies. So he's a nice shot there. Rolled up for either red on the top and bottom right-hand cushions. Gone for the top cushion. It's not an easy shot though. Nice. So Carlos digging in, doing what he has to do. Got the black here, I think. Not sure about the red though. He wants to be in a red, surely, or has he decided to end break? So brown will give him a little bit more freedom to try and move that white where he wants, but I can't really see anything here from the brown. He'll have to screw it back here and hope to get a good position on this red. And he has done. He's got a long red into the top left now. He needs to try and get that white somewhere the red he's going for is now. So he has a good angle on the blue to move into the pack, or he has an angle on the black where he can move into the pack, because there's no reds I can see. Maybe the one on the left of the cluster of reds is potable into the top left. I'm not too sure. Just may go through. He's decided to go for the middle in terms of the red. And if that pink will go, which he's checking now, it's a great opportunity to clip up a few more reds. But obviously he mustn't go, because surely he would take the pink if that was the case. So he's going to have to go for the green here. Safe? No, he's going for it. We'll be disappointed with that. The brown has gone in by mistake, so that's a foul. Foul, isn't it? What's happening here? So well, So he went for the red. What was he going for? Yeah, so I was going to. Well, I don't really want to interfere, but as far as I can see, that's a foul by. So there's just some. So sorry about that. I was actually kind of mixed in with what was going on the table with the players as we saw Carlos pot a red, and in the process pot the, and technically that is a foul, and Carlos has carried on. And so Christian Eisenhut, who was watching, made a point of it. I was thinking myself as that happened. So with Christian saying, obviously it confirmed that there was an issue there of not seeing things. Carlos then just apologized with a hand up, implying that he got lucky and didn't know or hadn't realized that that was a foul, and carried on. And it was only after that did Christian and myself make a point of the foul. Preben is then asked, has it gone? And again, implying that maybe it doesn't really matter, or, you know, what should he do? So it was just left to him, and he's just carried on. So that's what we're doing, carrying on. And yes, to a point, Preben is right. If a player doesn't realise, the opponent doesn't realise that he's made a foul and doesn't say anything, then once play continues, you can't really stop. And Preben now has a great chance. The balls have been spread out beautifully, and he has a great chance on this red. So he has a 30 or 28 or 26 point gap to recapture. And it's a great opportunity now with the table as it is. So green potted beautifully on the number of reds available. Just a tap in here, and then we'll have the black, get the black on its pocket, or maybe move to get the blue out of the way. So the black can be used. Oh, and that's very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. He's snookered himself. This will be interesting if he makes a foul here. Wonder if Carlos will offer to give the 4 points back, or not take the 4 points, or return them. And Preben's going for the black, and he pots it, so that choice won't be made. But it wouldn't have been. Would have been up to the player. That's a player's choice, I suppose. Suppose in fairness, it would be nice, a gentleman's agreement. Carlos hasn't really commented on that foul, so maybe have to speak to him and ask him afterwards what he thought about that. Now Carlos has a chance. He has the table now. Preben wasn't able to run away with the horse, and now Carlos has got on the saddle, and it's his turn to run away with the horse. Can he run away with the horse? He is a good break builder, Carlos. When he puts his mind to it, I've seen him on numerous occasions keep you away from the table. Potting is very good. He's a very good potter. He can pot. He has a good armory, or a good selection of shots he can make. So that gives him a lot of flexibility in a break. Positional player too. Why he hasn't, why he isn't in the top 4 or top 6 or even top 8? That would probably have to be about consistency. On his game, he's very hard to beat, and he has, like I said, a good potting ability, and overall game is pretty decent. So it has to be he's not able to bring his A game as much as as many times as other players. And that's possibly why he's not been as successful as maybe he could have been. And their break comes to a halt. 45 points to 10 for Carlos. So at the moment, it looks as though we're going to go into a third set, but we can't say that yet, really. The advantage is with Carlos. And there's a pause here. I don't know if this is because I'm still there. So Preben that's paused here, and the time is running down. This would be very disappointing if we have to have a restart here at this stage. 3 balls on the table. And Carlos is asking where Preben is. Does Preben have a problem here? Oh, no, he's back. Maybe had to do something, which can happen. Nice of Carlos to Preben was indicating that he had to turn off a virus scan. So Obviously, priorities come first. But a very high priority in a player's life must also include to win the match. That's the whole point why we're here. Win the frame. That's the main thing, to win that frame. To challenge yourself with other players. And Preben tried quite a risky shot there. The red was at an angle. So the longevity of its journey made that even more risky. And has left Carlos with more opportunity to increase his lead, which is now 36 points. $38 points now, 43 on the table. But once he pots this red, he 37 points in front with 35 on the table. So this red for Preben to need a snooker. The pink will probably end the frame, sorry, and give Carlos the second set. It goes in, and just a tap here, or just as long as he doesn't foul. He hasn't. He's just. There he goes. He just kills off the match there. So Carlos Maravilla wins the second set, and it's now 1 set each in the International Championship quarterfinal between Carlos Maravilla and Preben Sund. 1 each, 1 set each, 1 set to go. 3 more frames, possibly. 2 at the maximum. And this is where players have to really dig deep. Carlos now has the spring in his step. He's back on equal terms. And Preben has to just start again. He's not necessarily lost anything. He's just still at the same position as he was. But his opponent is now on equal terms. And so 3 frames to decide who goes into the semi-final to play Christian Eisenhut, who is watching and will be very interested to be seeing the styles and the way these players play. Obviously, he has to play one of them, and so we'll be making notes, either mental or written, or on his computer. There are many different ways that can be done. He'll be kind of in his own way, kind of helping his pre-match preparation. Nice shot there by Preben on the red, which on a pocket that can be quite difficult sometimes. Now, the light back into the Oh, directly hit the core. The table, but this shot is just as important. We can force. Just have to think about. Then you can get frustrated. Multi-big errors. Not allowed. Them safe. Pre-plays really good shots in terms of length, but just where the balls landed, the angles were just a chance for us. Left chance for Preben, so make a mark in this. Technical problem, I think, so I'm just going to be away from the table for a moment as Preben begins his visit here. Good chance. Can he make a decent break here? Pick a bit. No. Sure, it's not working. See it, so I'm going to have to in order for it to just to check. I'm doing this off 2 computers. So I'm doing figure. Um, Anything check for it. has it been disappointing from the point of the technical side. Again, just a few technical issues there, which I hope are done, completed now properly. But it seems as though Preben has given up and has left the match. The score was, as far as I'm aware, 1 set each, and they were playing in the third sets. And if I can show you here, I think maybe Preben says, I'm nodding off when I'm not in turn. I think I'll just give up and say good night. These night shows are not for me, lol. Good game, Carlos, good luck, etc. And although good luck in the tourney, he said. Although Carlos asked him to keep playing, Preben then conceded and left. And so that's basically it. Carlos Maravilla is through to the semi-final, and that's all really you can say. 1 set each, but Preben was falling asleep, and yeah, I've had that myself. It can be, obviously, depending on how sleepy you are, but it's very disappointing. It's not the way a match should end. Yeah, I just don't know. I think that's something I just have to think about. But there's nothing you can do about it. He chose to do that, and I guess that's what Preben wanted to do, and that's his choice, I guess. But anyway, Carlos Maravilla goes through to the semi-final and will play Kristin Eisenhut at a time up until Tuesday. I think the deadline is from now until Tuesday. Down to them to set that up. The deadline will be Tuesday, but just check on the website just for clarification of that. So Preben Sund leaves 1-1. He concedes the game. 1-1 in sets. He concedes the game and the match, and so Carlos goes through. Watching and keep practicing and enjoy your snooker. Thank you.